A lot of guys don't realize it, but those seemingly harmless daily habits can quietly wreak havoc on their sex lives. One prime example is masturbation. If done improperly, it can directly impact your performance, mess with your erections, and even chip away at your confidence. These are mistakes more common than most would guess, but the great news? They're totally fixable. In today's discussion, we're diving into 3 big mistakes that can harm a man's sexual health, and, more importantly, how to steer clear of them. My name's Dr. Philip Harper, and I'm a urologist here to help you take back control, confidence, and satisfaction in your intimate life. Before we get into it, make sure you've subscribed for more tips on sexual health and education. If this topic resonates with you, give it a thumbs up to help spread awareness. I'd also love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Type 1 if this content hit home or 0 if you think we could improve. Your input is what drives us forward. Now, let's talk about masturbation. For both men and women, it's a natural and important part of life, not some rival to sex. In fact, when done right, it can actually be a fantastic ally for your sexual health. But here's the catch: like most things, there's a proper way to do it. Unfortunately, a lot of guys make common mistakes that can take a serious toll on their sexual well-being. These repeated habits can spiral into bigger problems, like performance issues, frustration, and even insecurity. Over time, they can seep into your intimate relationships and make things worse in the bedroom. Let's start with mistake number 1, rushing through masturbation. Racing to the finish line might seem like no big deal, but this habit can set off a chain reaction. Here's why: your brain is like a sponge. It absorbs and adapts to the habits you reinforce. When you condition yourself to sprint to climax, your body begins to crave that same quick payoff every time. Picture this: you've got a few minutes to yourself and decide to quickly relieve some stress. You're on autopilot, rushing through the motions without much thought. Over time, your body starts associating pleasure with speed. Then, when you're with a partner, that same programming kicks in, and suddenly you're finishing too soon, leaving both you and your partner feeling let down. The fix? Slow it down. Stop treating masturbation like a chore to rush through. Instead, think of it as a journey, like taking a scenic drive through the countryside. There's no need to slam the gas pedal. Take your time to enjoy the ride, explore new sensations, and regain control over your body. This approach not only reconditions your body but also boosts your control and confidence, making your intimate experiences far more fulfilling. To take this further, I've put together a guide, Rediscovering Intimacy, Healthy Sexuality After 60. It's packed with proven strategies to rebuild relationships, tackle physical and emotional challenges, and reignite passion and connection. You'll find the link in the pinned comment below. Don't miss the chance to transform your love life. The key to success is simple: practice patience, set up a calm environment, and allow yourself the time to fully experience each sensation. Slowing down helps you understand that control isn't just physical, it's mental too. Whether it's masturbation or sex, rushing never leads to satisfaction. Think about it like starting a barbecue. You can't just throw the match and expect flames to appear instantly. You need patience, focus, and the right setup to get the fire burning. The same applies to intimacy, especially when it comes to a woman's body. Building arousal takes time, effort, and attention to detail. Skipping these steps leads to frustration, anxiety, and disconnect. But here's where it gets tricky. A lot of people trying to avoid finishing too quickly end up relying on counterproductive methods, like freezing in place, overthinking, constantly switching positions, drinking to relax, or even turning to medication. These strategies often backfire, weakening your sexual response and even lowering your interest over time. Let's be clear, masturbation isn't the bad guy here. In fact, it's a key part of maintaining your sexual health, when done correctly. Regular ejaculation, around twice a week, is great for your prostate and overall well-being. It keeps your sexual energy active and responsive. So, stop rushing. Take the time to understand your body's rhythm. Make masturbation a positive, mindful experience, a chance to connect with yourself and gain control for when it really counts. Now, let's move on to mistake number 2, overindulging in pornography. This one's a tough subject, but it's crucial to talk about. Excessive porn consumption can mess with your brain and create unrealistic expectations about intimacy. Think of it like binge-watching superhero movies. If you watch them every single day, you might start believing that flying or leaping across skyscrapers is normal. Porn works the same way. It warps your perception of what sex is really like. On screen, you see women with perfect bodies, always eager and willing, and men who perform like machines, going for hours without breaking a sweat. But here's the reality, it's all staged. That 30-minute scene might have taken hours to shoot, complete with breaks, camera tricks, and even harmful substances to keep up appearances. Real intimacy isn't like that, and it shouldn't be. When you watch this kind of content regularly, your brain starts to accept it as reality. And the result? Real-life relationships can start to feel bland or inadequate. You might find it harder to connect with your partner, struggle to feel aroused, or even experience erectile dysfunction. It's time to re-examine this habit. Instead of turning to a screen, focus on creating a genuine connection, first with yourself and, most importantly, with the person you love. Real intimacy is infinitely more rewarding than any fantasy. Over time, excessive porn use comes at a steep cost. You might notice that it takes increasingly extreme content to feel the same level of arousal because the simpler, natural things no longer excite you. And when you look at your partner, a real person with their own unique quirks and imperfections, it might seem like your desire has faded. But let me tell you, that's not on your partner. The issue isn't with them, it's with the distorted standards these illusions create. Desire isn't fueled by flawless performances or picture-perfect appearances. Sure, men are visual creatures by nature, but true arousal is about more than just what you see. It's the way her scent lingers, the teasing touches, and the curiosity she sparks in you. Those raw, genuine moments of connection are what truly matter, not the manufactured fantasies on a screen. So take a step back. Start reducing or cutting out pornography altogether, no matter how enticing it might seem. It's not good for your mental health, your body, or your relationships. Instead, lean into your imagination. It's one of the most powerful tools you have to reignite passion. Try exploring alternatives. Read an erotic story, listen to a sensual podcast, or revisit those memorable, intimate moments that made a lasting impression on you. These approaches recharge your sexual energy naturally and healthily. When you choose reality over artificial stimulation, you'll rediscover pleasure on a whole new level. Genuine connection will always outshine illusion. Trust me, prioritizing the real connection you can build will not only bring satisfaction but will also deepen your relationship in ways you never thought possible. Now, let's talk about the third mistake, repetitive habits during masturbation. Falling into the same routine every time, using the same motions, positions, or patterns, trains your body to only respond to that specific stimulation. But in a real relationship, where things are unpredictable and dynamic, this conditioning can cause problems. Intimacy thrives on adaptability and flexibility, which is why it's so important to switch things up. Variety isn't just healthy, it's one of the best ways to discover more about yourself and fine-tune your control over your body. Use this private time to experiment with different techniques, pay attention to your breathing, and explore what truly feels good. This type of mindfulness will make you more present and confident during intimate moments, creating a more enjoyable and natural experience for both you and your partner. Think of it this way, anything done on autopilot becomes a habit, and habits can turn into limitations. Breaking the cycle with variety and mindful awareness is one of the simplest and most effective ways to maintain a satisfying and balanced sex life. Practical tips for a healthier approach. Here are some quick and easy steps to get started. 1. Slow down. Use masturbation as an opportunity to connect with your body in a thoughtful way. Don't rush or overwhelm your senses. Treat it as practice to build control and enhance enjoyment. 2. Step away from porn. Pornography skews your expectations and can distort your view of real intimacy. Instead, lean on your imagination. Try alternatives like erotic stories, audio content, or revisiting meaningful, personal memories that ignite healthy desire. 3. Experiment with condoms. Take this time to find the type of condom that feels best for you. It's a small but important step to build comfort and confidence when it matters most. 4. Get creative. Break out of your usual patterns. Try new techniques, experiment with rhythms, and explore different sensations. A little creativity can go a long way in improving your control and enriching your intimate experiences. The key to sexual health and performance. Avoiding these 3 common mistakes, rushing, overindulging in porn, and repetitive habits, is crucial for protecting your sexual health and improving your performance. By slowing down, focusing on reality, and introducing variety, you can make small but impactful changes that lead to more control, confidence, and satisfaction in your intimate life. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed how rushing can affect your control during intimacy? Share your experiences in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to hit that like button. Your support helps us share this important information with others and grow our channel. For more tips on sexual health, especially for men over 50, check out the other videos on our channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.